Life. Life is such a fantastically unreasonable idea that its occurrence has bamboozled the greatest intellectuals and most imaginative artists for many millennia, and will probably do so for many millennia to come. The development of life has been studied for innumerable years. Life, as it turns out, is malleable and adaptable, and in the evident 3.5 giga-annum since its inception, some truly wondrous creatures have arisen. Needless to say, these three extraordinary animals are but the tip of a snowflake atop the proverbial iceberg. The platypus, one of the most befuddling creatures to ever flap, waddle, paddle, or burrow, represents an amazing evolutionary experiment which mammals are the fortunate or unfortunate result. This muddled-up creature, with the bill of a duck, feet of a penguin, fur of a rabbit, and poisonously spiked feet, in the case of males, puzzled the world's most highly regarded scientists for years after its discovery. It was discovered, much later, that the platypus has a bizarre mix of mammalian, avian, and reptilian genes. Dissections of earlier specimens revealed that females had inside themselves eggs ready to be laid. The young platypi hatch from their eggs as blind, pink, hairless, helpless things with the exuberance of slugs. They suckle on gloppy, gooey milk stuff for about 6 weeks until they become fully furred and open their eyes. The platypus closes its eyes, ears, and nostrils using specially adapted flaps while underwater, so one may wonder how it can possibly find its river-dwelling prey. Granted, while hunting, it does look a bit like a floundering bat, with unsynchronized, flappy movements, waggling its bill about until it seems to stumble upon a crayfish by sheer chance. That is, surprisingly, a large part of its stratagem for finding food, as the balmy duckbill is pitted with mechanoreceptors that are sensitive to touch, and electroreceptors that allow it to target the electronic pulses given off by the prey's beating heart. Truly, surveillance equipment any modern recon officer would pine for. The platypus represents one important evolutionary adventure into the furred, warm-blooded world of mammals. There is, however, an animal that represents an adventure even greater. The mantis shrimp, or stomapoda, to be pretentious, lives in underwater burrows in tropical and subtropical seas. It sports a pair of raptorial appendages that it uses to attack prey, predators, and rivals. A strike from a mantis shrimp can reach bedazzling speeds of up to 82 km per hour underwater, and transfers up to 150 kilos of force into its target, similar to being hit with a .22 caliber rifle bullet. Rather impressive for a crustacean roughly 25 centimeters long. The friction from each strike creates cavitation bubbles in the water, which then implode, emitting minuscule flashes of light in a process called sonoluminescence. The resulting shockwave from these implosions can be enough to kill its target, even if the strike misses. To guide its attack, the mantis shrimp has a truly unparalleled targeting system. Its 2 compound eyes move independently of each other, and each eye has excellent trinocular vision, allowing the mantis shrimp to judge depth better with one eye than most animals can with 2. The mantis shrimp's eyes have 16 different types of photoreceptor, giving them extraordinarily well-defined vision. The majority of animals have less than 5 types of photoreceptor. It is descended, and not much physically different, from the earliest known predator, Anomalocaris, which hunted by floating above the seafloor, dive bombing and smashing its prey with astounding force using barbed grasper appendages. Similar to how the mantis shrimp hunts today, it is seldom displayed in aquariums due to its tendency to pulverize corals, living rocks, and the safety glass used in aquarium walls, as well as its habit of devouring any fellow tank dwellers that it can get its claws on. It is reasonable to say that the mantis shrimp's predatory traits have been refined since the very idea of killing and consuming another creature came about, and that it represents a modern-day link to an essential keystone in the evolution of predators. Though many species have adapted and changed prominently throughout history, there are some that are perfectly content to just sit back and wait. On a scattering of New Zealand's islands, an ancient reptile preserves the quirks of a time long ago. The Tuatara is a lizard-like reptile that has not changed for 200 million years. Everything about this antique creature involves taking things slow. They take 20 years to mature and reproduce every 5 years, the longest reproductive cycle of any reptile. They have an extremely slow metabolic rate, allowing them to abstain from breathing for up to an hour. It's no surprise that they can live for over 200 years. Over this time, however, the Tuatara will undergo quite a few changes. At the start of its life, a Tuatara hatches with a third eye, and as the Tuatara grows, this parietal eye disappears. As time goes on, a Tuatara may also change color multiple times throughout its life. The Tuatara does not have teeth. Instead, its jawbone has serrated bony ridges protruding into its mouth. Sometimes, you don't need to evolve to be unique, if you just let the world change around you. In conclusion, however normal reality can seem, there are natural wonders in this world that would stretch the boundaries of any imagination, so long as you spend a little time looking out for them.